Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Brian here with Kaufman Home Automation. I'm really excited to hop on here and show you guys the new product that we just released this week. It's our RGB wall switch. And just like other switches, it's got a relay inside, toggles a load. It's got the button on the front. You can use the toggle relay. But what really sets this switch apart is the two RGB lights on the front. It's got one big RGB light that kind of takes up the entire button, and then it's got the other one there in the bottom right corner. And of course, both of these lights show up in Home Assistant as light entities, so you can get on and manually change the color anytime you want. Control it through automations, so if you wanted to notify yourself, maybe turn it a certain color if there's a door open. You can turn it on at night as a night light, help you see a little better. And we do have some automation built into the switch itself. You'll see these 4 configuration light entities. There's 2 for each of the lights. One to define a light state for when the switch turns on, and one to define a light state for when the switch turns off. You can see here big off, big on. So the big light's going to toggle between this blue and pink. Small off, small on. The small light's going to toggle between red and green. And here you go. You can see the main light entities there are changing, and also the switch itself to exactly the right colors that we have configured. These configuration light entities, they show up in Home Assistant just like a light. So you can get on and kind of pick what color that you want here. And then when the light switch is in the right state, these lights are actually going to control the RGB lights in real time. So you can kind of watch it and pick out the color that you want. And then once you change it, then it's going to remember it. Next time you switch back, it's going to go back to that color. You can also turn off these config lights if you want the RGB lights to turn off at a certain state. So with the big off value turned off, now the big RGB light's going to turn off when the switch turns off. If you want to disable the built-in automation and just kind of only control through Home Assistant, through your own automations or whatever, you got to get in here and set the effect on the state that you want to disable to disabled. Do that for on and off if you want to totally disable automation. And that way, when the switch turns on and off, now the internal automation is disabled, and it's going to stay in whatever state that you put it in through automation or manually or whatever. Besides the 2 RGB lights on the front, I think we also have a lot of really good features for a Wi-Fi switch. We have this binary sensor here that shows when the button is pressed. And we've also got a switch here that allows you to disable the button, toggling the switch. So in that case, you're still going to see when the button gets pressed, but it's not going to toggle the switch. And that way you can kind of separate them. Use the switch to toggle a load through automations, etc., and then use the button for some other kind of automation. The relay is also configurable so that you can have it switch with the switch, or you can have it be always on or always off. So that's going to allow you to hook the switch up with smart bulbs, have them always be powered, but you can still use the switch to turn them off and on and just sync them through automations or kind of whatever you want. And then the final thing here at the bottom, there's some diagnostic entities, and they're mostly all kind of the same as I've talked about for other products. But the new one here is the button press duration, and that's going to show you how long the button's held for. When you first press the button, it'll transition to 0, which lets you know that the button has been pressed. And then when the button gets released, it's going to transition to the hold time in milliseconds. And so hopefully that's going to help you in Home Assistant, maybe set up some automations, do different things based on the hold time of the button. And that's all I've got for the latest new product from Kaufman Home Automation. It's the RGB wall switch. I've been really happy with them so far. I love seeing the colors. So hopefully you guys like them as well. I think we got a lot of really cool features in there right off the bat, but we're also looking to add as many as we can. So if you think of anything, let us know. And as always, if you need help, reach out. We're here for you.